I want to tell you a little bit about how the sausage is made in real estate and real estate agents. But first, did you know that 85% of people buying and selling real estate choose the first real estate agent that they talk to? 85%. And I find that highly ironic given how much the general public hates real estate agents. And understandably so. The attrition rate over the course of 2 years is 90%. So 90% of the people who get real estate licenses fail in the first 2 years. So only 10% even make it 2 years. And so the chances of you finding a really good real estate agent just as the first person you talk to are very low. But that's what 85% of the people do. And then they complain that their agent sucks and they wonder why. Quick story, I had a meeting set up this morning with a new client who I'd spoken with last week. They were excited about investing, wanted to learn more about how it works. So as I always do, I reached out this morning and said, hey, we're so good for our meeting today. And they replied and said, no, I found a property online I was excited about over the weekend. And so I randomly picked an agent that I found on the internet, immediately signed a representation agreement with them, and they sent this offer for me. And I don't like the offer. I don't like the agent. And I don't think they're negotiating very well. And I'm not sure if I want to continue. So the little bit of behind the scenes that I mentioned before is, as an agent, now that I know that she has a representation agreement with someone else, I am not allowed to advise her in any way. I can't tell her whether or not she has a good deal. I cannot advise her on a way that she should talk to her agent or how she should negotiate it. She even told me that her agent was terrible and she didn't want to work with them anymore, literally one day into their agreement. I am not allowed to advise her on how she can step away from that agreement or how she can break the agreement. And there are ways that you can do that, but that is considered an ethical violation. For real estate agents, I can be fined, potentially lose my license for giving anyone any advice relating to a transaction or representation if they have a signed agreement with someone else. So the moral of the story is, don't pick a random real estate agent. You have a 90% chance of picking someone who doesn't know what they're doing. Sit down and talk with a few people. If this is the biggest expense or investment of your life, I can't tell you how many new investors or just first-time home buyers that are incredibly nervous and scared about this huge expense, and then they randomly pick the first person they talk to. Don't do that. Talk to a few people, ask some deep questions, get a feel for their experience and how well they'll represent you. It's a tough world out there.